Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite benefits of the raw vegan diet and healthy living in general, which is basically the way it makes you feel. Okay, so it makes you feel so good, okay, that you didn't even think it was possible. Now, before I start on how amazing it makes you feel, I just want to make it clear that nutrition is a big component of health, but there's other pillars of health. You could be eating perfectly, but if you're not sleeping enough, or you're stressing out, or your thoughts are so negative, guess what? You're not going to be your healthiest, you're not going to feel your best. And I'll get into that. But that being said, I want to really talk about how good you can feel being raw, eating more raw, eating nutritionally dense foods, live foods that have life in them. You come to life. Before I started eating this way about 3 years ago, before I began my raw journey, I was entering a depression for literally no real reason at all. The real reason was that my brain chemistry wasn't functioning properly because of the foods I was eating. My serotonin, dopamine, and endorphin levels were off because I wasn't getting proper nutrition and not achieving proper brain chemistry as a result. So you can only handle it for so long. It was catching up to me. So there was no real reason, there was no real issue that was developed in my life. No one died, I didn't lose my job, I was, just normal, and then I started to enter a deep depression. Had my good moments and then started losing the ability to even have joy or enjoy anything. Like, I would be walking down a park on a beautiful sunny day in Boston where we appreciate it because we didn't get those days always like we do in California now. But I would walk on a beautiful day and just not be able to enjoy it and just feel terrible. Before coming to lifestyle, I definitely was not feeling so good. And this way of eating, it builds health. So it doesn't happen overnight. Like, just because you do raw one day doesn't mean you're going to be mind-blowing and feeling awesome the next day. You might. But remember, health is built with each day, with each meal, with each breath. There's many components to health, but raw vegan and proper nutrition is a huge determinant in how you feel. What you put in your body really just affects in ways you didn't think were possible. You wouldn't think that it would affect your emotions or make you feel certain ways, but in my experience, it really, really has. And my research and other people's experience. It's not just me, but I think experiencing is the difference. If experiencing is believing, and once you experience the difference, you will really understand these concepts that people just talk about, which are just words at this point, So I encourage you to try it, but keep in mind, you don't have to be 100% to get benefits. The more raw, the better you feel. So, how good do you feel? Oh my God, you feel so good, especially after a green juice. You feel so good that you didn't think, taking drugs would be coming down from how good you feel. I don't have to say that I feel this good 100% 24/7. Most of the time, life has its ups and downs, but most of the time I feel really good, I feel really positive, I feel vibrant and full of life. And it's because I'm taking life into my body, living things, and this didn't happen overnight. It's not like health is built once again, so the energy levels keep rising and the health keeps building and the life in you and the happiness and the joy keeps building. So definitely it feels really good. It feels the kind of good that you didn't think was possible. And it's remember, I have my cheat meal, so once a week I get in touch with not feeling so good. And I kind of really helps me understand. First of all, I'm keeping my cheat meal. It helps motivate me. I still get tons and tons of benefits. And you find what works for you. Find the balance that is sustainable long term. I could literally do what I do for the rest of my life. No problem. Hey, maybe one day I'll decide to give it up. But it's not a big deal for me. I have tons of benefits. You see my before and after pictures, and the way I feel before and after. I have tons of benefits at 95%, so I'm keeping it, And I don't think you need to be 100% raw to get benefits. The more raw, the more benefits is so true. So don't be confused like I was when I started this way and I thought, if I'm not 100%, I'm not getting the benefits. I know 100% is optimal and ideal, but for some people it's just not sustainable. You find the balance that works for you. Is it raw till 4? Is it 2 raw meals a day? Is it raw throughout the week and cheat meals on the weekend? You find what works for you, and it may improve, it may not, but whatever it is, it's way better than where you are now. You're going to feel way better. You're going to experience more benefits. As a trainer, I see people all the time lose weight, gain energy, and just their skin clears up, and they're not even 100%. Maybe they just started a juicing practice where they juice once a day. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is powerful. Raw veganism is powerful, okay? It's the kind of powerful that once you see my before and after pictures, you'll understand. But I think it's more than the way you look. Way more than the way you look. It's crazy. It's like you feel so good sometimes. You just want to jump up and down and like freaking make the YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Because you want to tell the world, you want to share with the world how awesome it feels. For example, the last time I did cheat meal a few days ago, I really enjoyed it. But even when I was eating it, I was thinking, I'm enjoying this. This is nice once in a while, but I really empathize that people don't know about this. Some people don't even know about this or have enough evidence to believe it or try it. Like, some people don't know. And I thought, wow, I feel so fortunate to even know about this and to have access to eating this way, to eating in a way that makes you feel so good. It makes your energy levels up like when you were a kid. It makes you look your best, and you wake up every day to a hotter, happier, healthier version of you. Like, I know that there's only so much aging that I'm going to reverse, and then I'm going to start aging again, but that's fine. It's part of life. It's cool, but it's the quality of life in the meantime. It's not about, oh, I don't want to have pain when I'm 50 though, or 60, which is still a good reason, but it's about how about right now? How do I feel right now? How am I living? What's the quality of my life? What are my energy levels? You know, this video really is about how good it makes you feel, like way unbelievably, mind-blowingly, amazingly good, that your just heart wants to sing. You just want to just jump up and down and feel really good. Sometimes you're full of life and vibrancy, you know, and that is so true. And especially, it's the brain chemistry is functioning properly. You have proper nutrition. You have life in you, living things instead of death. Like, when you're eating animal products, you're not just eating the flesh. You're eating the hormones they injected into the animals, the antibiotics they inject into all cows in America, no matter what, and hormones. And even if it's not, you're injecting those emotions that the cow or a chicken or whatever created while it was alive and stressed out. When you have an emotion, you have a physical reaction. Your body will create certain chemicals and hormones. This is scientific fact. This is not new age blah blah blah. No, this is real. So when that cow, for example, gets stressed out and releases cortisol, and you start, because it's not most cows don't have a very happy life. Most factory cows, especially dairy cows. So like, dairy is even worse. But so when you consume that milk, that meat, those hormones, the cortisol, also ends up with you, along with the antibiotics, which is why we're having an antibiotic-resistant phenomenon. People are becoming antibiotic-resistant because they're getting those so much from the animal products, and you're getting the hormones, which also grow you, but you're also getting those chemicals that were created, that energy, like. Really, this is science. You're getting that cortisol, for example, from the stressed out cow, who was pumped all day and had its babies taken away. It's not its babies, it's calves, and taken away, and just had a tough life. You're getting that energy. For example, this one little quick story is the last time I tried dairy a few years ago, and I was entering the raw, and I had my slip-ups, and I drank, and I was getting more insensitive and in touch with my body. Now I'm very in touch. Before it was more clogged up. Like, you'll start to get more in touch. But when I drank it, oh my God, I got so, it was just, I had that little bit of milk, and I started getting angry for no reason. Okay? So this is why I'm thinking, I believe that food affects you so much the way you feel. And there was nothing that happened to make me angry. I was getting off work, I drank that, and I got furious. And I'm convinced that that milk came from an angry cow, okay? So I believe that because once you experience something, that is believing, okay? I know there's 1,000, whatever, and counting diets out there. I've tried them all, trust me. As a trainer, I've tried and looked into them all. But this is the one, okay? This is the one that works. This is the one that you don't just lose weight and keep it off. I eat at least 3,000 calories a day, okay? At least. Okay, and look, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Women, As a trainer, I know that that's a lot of calories for a woman. And I'm not super active. I'm active enough. But I was more active and overworking my body and drinking coffee and I would, before I started eating this way, I was 30 pounds heavier. I just couldn't get the weight off. And that's because it's quality of the calories. It's not just calories in, calories out. That model is old and needs to be updated. There are so many factors besides just calories. It's the metabolism, it's the quality of the calories. There are toxins, because the toxins get stored here, and the hormones come here and they grow you, and that's why dairy is so bad for not being able to lose weight. It's hard, and it's high in fat. You eat more fat, you store more fat. Okay, so back to the point I was getting at. Where was I getting at? Okay, basically there are so many benefits to this lifestyle. My favorite are the way it makes you look, the way it makes you feel, and your energy levels, okay? Yes, this is the optimal way of eating. I'm convinced because experiencing is believing. Once you try it, then you will understand. Now, there may be detox, so people get confused. They think, oh, I ate and I got sick. Yeah, that was from the other food before coming out to be cleaned out of your body. You get cold symptoms, flu, you can get nausea, you can get all sorts of things, and it sucks, and it can be very confusing. But trust me, just stick with it. You will understand detox is a very real phenomenon that I've experienced, I've seen other people experience, and read a lot about. So it's a very real phenomenon. Your body will clean itself out. You know, this is what a beautiful gift. You know what I mean? Imagine someone told you that you can do something and eat a certain way, and you're coming from this place of unhealth. Most people don't think they're unhealthy, but they've never experienced real health. They think just because they're not sick that they're healthy. But I'm telling you, you come from this place where you eat like this and you live like this and this unhealth, and you walk into this journey where you're entering real health. And I'll tell you, the beginning is definitely the toughest. You know, the beginning of anything is the hardest. You're going to have cravings. The cravings go away. Your body's acidic. It wants more acidic. So as you get more alkaline, it gets much easier. Trust me. Definitely that gets easier. I wish someone told me that, because I didn't really understand that it would get easier, but it definitely will. But you come to this place of unhealth, and you walk into, like, every day you wake up, it's something new. You know what I mean? Oh, wow, my skin looks nicer. Oh, wow, I feel pretty good. Or, oh, wow, my energy's pretty high today. I can work out in the morning. I used to never work out in the morning, especially without coffee. Oh my God, you know, so you walk to this place, oh, I can actually have flat abs, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I can actually, like, I thought that was genetically not going to happen for me, but you walk into this, oh, I can eat as much as I want? I'm still losing weight? You know what I mean? And all these new things happen. And you know, sometimes I'm really just astonished at how my life has been getting so almost perfect, like problem-free and really nice. And it really is true. Your outer is a reflection of your inner. So you clean up your physical body, you work with your mind and try to stay positive and clean that up. It is reflected in the outer now. Okay, so maybe that sounds new age. Okay, so I almost think on that, but I really imagine like waking up every day to literally a hotter, happier, healthier, more vibrant, energetic version of you. It's the ultimate self-improvement project, and really there is no more worthy investment than your health. You can trade in your car, you can buy new clothes when they get old, you can move houses, you know, you can do whatever, you know, you can trade stuff, but your body, you only get one. Every day, not just 50 years in the future, can you benefit. Every day, you are dealing with the benefits or the consequences of your choices. So you can either feel really, you know, you can feel better and better, or you can feel worse and worse. It really doesn't go. Either, you know, you're either going to feel better or worse. You're not going to maintain the status quo. You know, you're going to get older. If you continue eating poorly, it's going to catch up to you, if it hasn't already. I mean, I see 14-year-olds with type 2 diabetes. You know what I mean? The food is getting way creepier and worse than it ever has, and I see people being affected more and more. With the same food choices of 20 years ago, the food is just really toxic, you know, and the air, and, you know, we've got a lot of factors working against us. I mean, if you think about how most societies are, you know, first world societies are structured, you go up, you wake up to an alarm clock, you get out of bed, you probably haven't had enough sleep, you go Excuse me.